So in this session, so I want to show you uh, LoadRunner 2022 installation. Of course, it's simple and straightforward. And here is the software required for performance testing, particularly with LoadRunner and Jmeter. So this is the trial version. This is the version LoadRunner version that I'm going to install now. LoadRunner 2022 Community Edition. Community Edition is nothing but a trial version. All right. And while installing that, so I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to update my document as well. This is for my training purpose, guys. So before installing LoadRunner 2022, so let's first see the system requirements. What is the required configuration? What are the system requirements for installing this LoadRunner 2022? All right. Hold on. So let me go to the right document. Yeah. So go to this admhelp.microfocus.com where you see this support matrix system requirement link. So once you go in, so here you can see this is 2022 version. These are the system requirements for 2022 version. And if you scroll down, so you can see the hardware requirements and software requirements. So first thing is like, let's discuss first, understand the hardware requirements. Your processor should be a 2-core CPU at least, and its recommended one is 8-core CPU, right? The recommended one is 8-core CPU. And how can you check whether, how many core CPU does your machine have? Simply go to the task manager and go to performance tab and select CPU. So here you can see that, mine is a 6-core CPU here, as you can see here. And logical processors, number of logical processors are 12, right? So, however, the supported one is 2-core CPU and 8-core CPU is recommended. So we are good to go with this. And next, memory, coming to RAM, which is important thing. Let me highlight let me use Spotlight. Yeah. So the next important thing that you need to check is RAM, right? So 8 GB is the supported one and recommended is 16 GB for installing this LoadRunner 2022 version, right? Now I have 16 gigs of RAM on my machine. So, however, recommended is supported is even if you have 8 GB, that's fine. However, if you have 4 GB or 6 GB on your machine, so it's always recommended to upgrade your RAM. All right. So, and make sure that you have an available hard disk space of 50 GB in your C drive. All right. So if your C drive or if your computer has a SSD drive, make sure you have at least 100 GB. This is the recommended one. So 50 GB also will work out. All right. So these are the hardware requirements. Now coming back to the software requirements. So LoadRunner 2022 requires Windows 8 and higher version, as you can see here. This is important thing guys to check. So you should have at least Windows 8 or any higher version, as you can see here. And you can have, you can install it on Windows 10 or Windows 11. And these are server class operating systems, which you will have in our organizations. So if you are working, if you are installing, right? Hold on. Yeah. So these are server class machines. Generally in organizations, you will have Windows Server installed on you, Windows Server installed, and you will be working on those Windows Server remote machines, right? So if you are installing LoadRunner on a server class machine, you require at least server 2012 and higher version. So that's what this tells you. All right. And browser recommended is Google Chrome or Edge or Firefox, anything is fine. And coming to screen resolution, 1366 by 768 or higher is supported. Recommended one is 1600 by 900 or higher. Now, how to check the screen resolution? Why do we need to check the screen resolution? Resolution is your LoadRunner controller is not supported on display monitors with 4K or higher resolution. Please remember this. If you have a 4K screen on your laptop or a desktop, or if your monitor is 4K resolution screen, so this doesn't support, LoadRunner doesn't support that 4K or higher resolution. So whenever you need to use LoadRunner controller, you need to decrease the screen resolution. So if you have, in case your screen is having 4K or higher resolution, right? And how to check that? So you can go to personalize, I think display settings. Go to display settings, and there, you can see that I had already set display resolution as 1920 by 1080. All right. Though 1600 by 900 or higher is recommended. Mine is a 4K screen actually. So here you can see mine is a 4K screen, 3840 by 2160. I had already reduced it to 1920 by 1080. So which is fine, right? So please make sure that you take care of this. Otherwise, your controller will have issues. Your controller is not compatible, and it will. So when you install LoadRunner on a machine having 4K or higher resolution, I'll show you what is the issue that you can expect. Let me quickly open my training PPT on VueGen or controller. Maybe it's in controller. 1 second, just give me a moment, guys. So monitoring and DB monitoring VueGen. It should be, I remember that it is in controller. Yes. So when you install LoadRunner on a monitor having 4K or higher resolution, so you get this kind of issue. Transaction monitor not available. This is with LoadRunner controller component. So you can simply decrease the screen resolution by going to this window, right? Go to display settings and decrease the screen resolution to the recommended one, right? Decrease the screen resolution. If you are having 4K screen only, you need to bother about this. So decrease it to the recommended one. What is the recommended one? 1600 by 900 or higher is the recommended one. All right. Now, let's move on. So, and before installing any LoadRunner component, right, make sure that you do Windows update. And I have mentioned that in my LoadRunner 2022 installation guide, as you can see here. Please do Windows updates on your laptop or desktop and restart machine if required before starting LoadRunner installation. Also, make sure that you have enough free disk space in your C drive. If you don't have at least 50 GB in your C drive, install LoadRunner in some other drive. Let's say D drive or E drive or F drive if you have. All right. So if you don't have 50 GB and if you don't have 50 GB free disk space in your C drive, and if you have only C drive on your machine, so you know what to do, right? So remove some uh, movie files and videos that you may be having in the C drive to free up the disk space. All right. So having said that, let me go to the installation file. So this is LoadRunner 2022 Community Edition, which means file version, as I already mentioned. Now I am starting the installation, guys. Just double click on this LoadRunner 2022 Community Edition. The file size will be approximately 1.6 GB. It will be of 1.5 gigs or 1.6 GB. All right. Now I'm taking a screenshot of this for the documentation purpose. Just give me a moment. I have Word document screenshots. Click next over here. And now it is extracting the installer file. So it's up to you whether you can go ahead with the default folder, which is C drive, or else you can change the installation folder to E drive or D drive or some other drive. All right. Now, what does it say? The following prerequisite programs must be installed before you can install Micro Focus LoadRunner. Right? Click OK to begin install, and it is highlighting that installing network virtualization requires disabling the Windows Smart Skin. So, if it requires any .NET framework components, this installer file will invoke those. See, I already have 2021 previously, so I should be having those. So I'm good to go with here. So click OK to begin installing just click OK on that. It will take care of any other, requirements, any other prerequisite programs. Okay, let me hold on. So let me just a screenshot of this, the document. All right. Now let me proceed with the installation. While it is going on, I want to mention that so previously, like LoadRunner used to provide trial version, even with users were able to register with Gmail address also, Gmail ID or a Yahoo Mail ID, any public email IDs, and users were able to download the software. However, from 2020 onwards, LoadRunner is allowing only uh, official email IDs to register with the Micro Focus website to download this trial version. Okay, that is something uh, I want to highlight it here. So you require an official email address only. It's not allowing to download with register and download with uh, personal email IDs. All right. So here click next simply. Everything most of the screens are with default options only. So here load it is asking the product you want to install. Select it is asking to select the product we want to install and click next to continue. I'm selecting loader. I'm proceeding with the default option. Okay. Click next here. And accept the terms and in the license agreement. Select this first checkbox. Do not select the last checkbox unless until you require a Sil Performer agent. And you can install that later on also. So for now, I am ignoring this and I am proceeding with this. I have selected the first one, the first checkbox, which is accepting the terms in the license agreement. I am proceeding with that. All right. This is previous version. I am deleting those screenshots and I am updating my document with. So usually I share this document to my students. That's why I'm just updating it. Okay. So now let me proceed with the next steps. So once you select the terms and in the license agreement, click next. And by default, it will show you C drive. By default, it will install in C drive. So make sure, let me check the free disk space in my C drive. Okay, before that, let me take a screenshot and update my document, please. All right. Now let me check my free space in my C drive. So as you can see here, I have 111 GB of free space in my C drive. So I'll proceed with the C drive. I'll proceed with installing in C drive only. Yeah. Click next. So now click install. Click install to begin the installation. Click install on that. All right. While it is installing, so let me upload my document with the screenshot. These are 2021 previous ones. All right. So if you have 4 GB RAM, please upgrade it. It's highly recommended that you upgrade your RAM to at least 8 GB. Or if you have more than 8 GB, that would be, if you already have 8 GB or more than that, 12 or 16 GB, it will be faster. Installation will be faster as well as. So we use and once we install LoadRunner, we get 3 components. All the 3 components will work faster with 8 GB of minimum RAM. So if someone is having less than 8 GB, it's always recommended to upgrade your RAM. It doesn't cost much, by the way. So if you have 4 GB and if you want to add 4 more GB on your machine, it costs around 1000 to 1500 max, not more than that. And make sure that if you are upgrading RAM, make sure that you bill, because with RAM you will have some 3 years or 2 years warranty. So make sure you ask the bill and keep it with you to claim. Generally, like you will not have issues with RAM, but still, however, so if you want to, in case like if you run into some issues or if your RAM gets corrupted or damaged. So if you keep the bill with you, it will help you to claim the warranty. So please make sure that you ask for the RAM bill if you are upgrading and uh, keep it safely with you. So while the installation is in progress, so let me do some self marketing, guys. So I'm having 16 plus years of experience in IT and 14 plus years of experience in performance testing and engineering. I do have like 5 plus years of training experience while the installation is in progress. So I just want to give you a introduction about myself and my training program. So we are providing training and placement on performance testing with LoadRunner, Jmeter, Dynatrace currently, and BlazeMeter as well. I'm a certified associate in Jmeter, Splunk, and Dynatrace, as you can see here. I can show you my certifications as well. And yeah, so these are the unique features of my training. So we provide training on not just web tools and JPEG store kind of dummy applications or demo applications. We provide training on enterprise Java applications so you will be able to uh, once you get a job like or you will be able to crack interviews on your own and you will be able to survive without any job support once you get a job. So these are the unique features of my training. First thing is we provide training on enterprise Java applications, daily assessment. There will be the first in 10 minutes in every session. We'll have a daily assessment on the previous day concepts. Thereafter, we will have theory or scripting sessions for 50 to 60 minutes a day. Typically, my session duration will be 1.5 hours, and this is the breakup of that 1.5 hours. The last 10 minutes would be dedicated for doubt clarification and Q&A session. So we made scripting simplified and easy to understand even for non-computer skills. And most of the scripts of different companies' interviews are covered in the scripting. Let me quickly show you the scripting scenario sheet as well while the installation is in progress. Installation is still in progress. So meanwhile, I just let me explain my unique features of my training. So these are the scripts that I'm going to cover in the training. As part of the training, I'll make everyone to do scripting on some demo applications as well as real-time applications like Amazon and Udemy, as you can see here. These are the various scripts that I know that are given in companies interviews, scripting tests, and this will also help you to. And I will introduce one concept, performance testing concept one by one with each script. As you can see here, first I start with parameterization concept and then correlation concept. And then in the third script, you will have both correlation and parameterization. Fourth script, you will have error handling. So this is a properly structured training. As you can see here, these are the transactions or step-by-step navigation for each script that you need to follow. And you will get trained on like around 15 to 20 scripts, which most of the other training institutes or trainers provide training on only three to one or two applications like web tools and JPEG store. However, we are giving training on 7 to 8 applications almost, and one or two real-time applications as well. So I'll make you do script on Udemy application, which is a real-time application, and Amazon as well. And this is the Udemy script that I'm going to cover in the training, that I cover in every batch in the training. All right, yes. So